Hey everybody, it's Steph from the Hot Moving Podcast. So, is Gilbert Arenas about to have a wake-up call or not, right? I mean, we heard his comments about the South Sudan players, man. You know, after almost upsetting the U.S., and it didn't go too well, right? I mean, look, I know he's just joking and everything, but some things just crossed the line. And now, comedian Godfrey, African comedian, Nigerian comedian Godfrey speaks on it. We're gonna play a little bit of what he had to say, so let's hear him.
That damn near beat the USA team.
We don't supposed to lose to the Cool Runnings team. They don't even have shoes. They get their shoes from America.
Listen, I'm a podcaster myself, comedian. I'm down with the jokes. You know, I joke on stuff too, you know, but it was a little weird because it looked mean, you know what I'm saying? It almost felt racist. Is that possible? If you're black, you can be racist against your own people? It just felt real hateful for some reason. I don't know. I'm not, you guys understand where I'm coming from? Growing up in Chicago, being a product of Nigerian parents, and, you know, African-American kids would call you black African booty scratcher, you know, or do you chase lions?
And yeah, right. So, you know, Godfrey's on point because, you know, me personally, I grew up with African, I have African parents, you know what I'm saying? They immigrated here. And, you know what I'm saying? So, like, kids growing up, kids definitely tease me for being dark skinned, my name, all those things. So, you know, when Gil made those comments, you know, admittedly, it kind of raised me. I'm like, man, that's messed up, man. I've heard, like, everything he said, I've heard those same kind of jokes many years ago as a kid, right? Now, as an adult with thick skin, I get Gil. I said yesterday, I understand that Gil's trying to be funny, right? But, I mean, it was just like, he really teasing going hard. And you know what? It's funny, I mean, you still had people saying that, oh, it's not a big deal or whatever. But I mean, Godfrey's right though. Like, why did he have to go so hard at the South Sudanese players though like this, right? Like, it felt like it was just a little more extra hot sauce than it needed to be. You know what I'm saying? And like, listen, man, at the end of the day, we're all, like, especially when it comes to black people, we're all, I try to look at this all as one. But, you know, there's this weird thing of like how black Americans look at Africans in such, sometimes in a very derogatory way. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, we're very fortunate to be born to or to, you know, to have the luxuries to live in the States and everything like that. You know, we weren't born and raised in Africa. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like these people, they can't pick their upbringing. They can't pick the poverty that they come into, or some of the struggles, some of the systematic and governmental struggles and developmental struggles that they're going through. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, at some point, it's like, yo, where can we have somewhat of unity here? You know what I'm saying? Like, credit the South Sudan team. They play well. And also, too, is Luol Deng addressed Gil about this, right? And I mean, he said, I'm not upset or angry at these ignorant remarks made by my former colleague. I was more disappointed to see them coming from two individuals I've always respected. You know, so he's talking about Paul Pierce and Gil. So, you know, Luol Deng has had a pretty good career, and he's been two-time All-Star, you know, had a lengthy career in the NBA. You know, he's part of the coaching staff of the South Sudan team, you know, and they come almost close to upsetting the U.S. And then you got to hear Gil run his mouth. So, look, I'm all for jokes. It's fair game. I understand that. However, though, when it came to this, though, these particular jokes, it was very distasteful and very hurtful. And the fact that people are actually like really defending this, you know what I'm saying? I get it. That's part of Gil. That's who he is. But I mean, look, then Gil's just gonna box himself in there, you know, because so far, you know, look, he has his podcast, he got sponsors, he got Adidas, he got Underdog Fantasy, all that stuff. You know, would they care, especially Adidas, right? Would Adidas be comfortable supporting this, right? So, you know, and Gil apologized. Why would Gil apologize, right? I mean, look, Gil really don't care, right? But he knows that this could affect his bottom line, and that's why. See, this is the type of society we live in, man. Like, you can have fun and joke, but make sure that your money is always going to keep coming in, and you're not going to be tied to sponsors that are going to be left leaning, going to be more, you know, utopia leaning, like, hey, don't make fun of anybody, be careful type of stuff. You know, it seemed like this time around, Gil is really crossing the line. And I'm honestly, I really don't accept it, because it's like, yo, when it comes to why is it when it comes to black people and we joke on Africans, it's acceptable, right? It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's all jokes and stuff like that. If he had said this about any other community, any type of rainbow community, something like that, he would have been done. He'd been cooked already. So I agree with Godfrey. Gil has some issue with foreign players. He got some issue with African players. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the bit. It was listen, in the vacuum. Like, I get it. It's funny, you joking, but at the same time, it's like, yo, what is the real anger at here? You know what I'm saying? So I don't rock with the joke that Gil was doing. And I don't really care if, people saying, oh, it's okay. It's just like, no, it's not okay. Someone like Gil on his platform, with the type of audience he has and stuff like that, he got to be more mindful, right? I get it, the type of society we in, but at the same time, I feel like there's two issues here. One is like, yo, why black people got to rip on African people? On top of that too, then secondly, like, why do we feel that it's acceptable, right? And then thirdly, his apology is really just protect his bottom line, but could that be too late, right? Especially Adidas. He on that show wearing nothing but Adidas, right? I mean, would they be in support of this? It's very possible that they're not going to like this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of African players have contributed to the game of basketball. Okay, a lot of foreign players have contributed to the game of basketball, right? And I felt like this is not the way to go about it. He could have offered a funny critique in some kind of way, but like Godfrey said, it just felt like, it felt mad racist as hell the way he was doing this, man. But anyways, though, man, listen, I'm sure plenty of y'all don't care. Y'all rocking with Gil. Gil can say whatever you want. For me, nah, not cool. Anyways, thanks for watching. Leave me your thoughts. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.